Hey friends, this is the Miss Wolfie from our half-acre homestead, and today I'm making granola bars for Papa's lunches. Now the reason this is called the Great Granola Bar Fiasco is because I didn't follow any particular recipe. So what you're going to see is not going to be how you want to do this, and I will put the proper recipe at the end of this video. Let's have some fun. Okay, so this is what I'm going to use to make the granola bars. I have pecans, you do you. I have dried cranberries because Howard actually likes those, and I try to give him a dried fruit, but he's fussy. I have 1/3 of a cup of real maple syrup, not table syrup. 1/3 of a cup of our homestead honey. Yes, folks, I still have honey from 2012. I use it sparingly. We have a 1/2 cup of unsweetened, just all natural peanuts peanut butter, and a 1/4 pound of butter, and some dark chocolate chips. But the star of this show, folks, is my multigrain mix. Yes, it's still not completely mixed up. And my oven is set at 280 degrees. Let me get this stuff out of the way. I have everything in here. Poppy seeds, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, large flake oatmeal, large flake barley. I made this mix for bread. But why? See, look at this. There's sesame seeds, there's millet, there's pumpkin seeds. Don't make this if you have diverticulitis, okay, folks? All right, so I'm going to take this pile here, and I'm going to put it in a 280-degree oven, and I'm just going to stir it every once in a while. I just kind of want to lightly toast my grain mix. So, before we start mixing stuff, we have to melt all of this. Now, this is real honey. And yes, there is a lot of fake honeys out there that we don't even know that they're being done that way. Peanut butter and our 1/3 of a cup of maple syrup. Now I don't recommend corn syrup, but you can use it if you want. And I'm going to put this is going on low on my stove while I chop my nuts, just to melt this together. And I just take this out every once in a while. You don't want this really cooked or burnt. You just want these toasted. Okay, so this has been toasting at 280 degrees Fahrenheit for about 1.5 hours. And you know it's done, not when it's crunchy, but when you can actually smell, and you know that the moisture has come off, right? So they're just lightly toasted. So let's get this all over to the table. Here we take our nuts and our cranberry raisins. And this is still warm. You know what? I think we could use some more craisins in there. Now, we don't put our chocolate chips in right away because this is all still very warm. Fresh gloves. I got these at the store, and I'm really glad I double-checked the box because the first box I grabbed were small, and these are large, and look at how they fit my hands. All right, so let's just start mixing this all in. Now, this is still hot, so I'm not going to put the chocolate chips in it. I'm going to put them on top. Now, these are not baking chips. These are chocolate chips, and these are dark. So now, I'm just going to press these down in there, and then I'm just going to let it sit at room temperature until it is cool enough to cut, but I don't want it cold until after I've cut it. Okay, so I popped these into the freezer. Not to freeze, but just to let's try it this way. That actually works really well. Oh no! Oh, Beverly! Okay, here starts the fiasco part. I didn't have enough peanut butter, honey, and chocolate chips melted together to hold this together. But I didn't understand that. I thought it just wasn't cooled enough. So what I did was I put it all back in the pan and then I pounded it into place and set it to chill again. Okay, I am now melting more peanut butter, more honey, and more butter, because obviously it was not enough to hold this all together. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to break this up and make sure it's loose. So that we can pour the rest of the honey and the peanut butter all over the top. And if it melts the chocolate, so be it. And then we'll let it cool. And we'll try again. Hey folks, we got a problem. I did not put enough gooey stuff in here. Well, look at how bloody thick it is. But I didn't put enough gooey stuff in here to hold it together better. So you know what? It's going in the oven in a bigger roasting pan. I'm going to crumble it all up and I'm going to put it in the oven and it's going to become granola. Okay, my big roasting pan is soaking. So what we're going to do is we're just going to use my big stainless bowl and dump this all out here. Now this has honey and maple syrup and peanut butter and butter, all right? So it's more likely to soften up more in the oven. So don't be waiting for it to be crunchy while it's hot. Into the oven it goes. Now this granola stuff, it's confounding me because I've never made granola bars before, but this has really gone really gooey from being in the oven, and I'm going to say it's from the chocolate chips. So, I'm going to put my parchment on here and roll it out into place. Press it all down in here. Yeah, definitely melt your chocolate chips in. If you want to add extra on top after the fact, great. But that was the missing issue, I think. I'm gonna say I'm almost positive that was the missing issue. Pretty sure this is the winner. Now, do I put more chocolate chips on top? No, Daddy says. All right, out the porch. Okay, so we're back. So what I'm gonna do, this has been sitting in the porch all night. I'm gonna put this cutting board over it with parchment, grab it by the handles, and flip it out and see where we are. Oh, that's much better. It's been a long time, folks, since I made granola. And never have I made granola bars. So I'm gonna talk to you while I cut this up. Fingers crossed. These are pretty thick, so I'm gonna make them more narrow. There it is. Melt the chocolate chips. It's still falling apart. It is still falling apart. Holy moly. Well, guess what, folks? I mean, yeah, some of it's holding together nice. Geez, I'm breaking it up without even thinking. All right, let's try cutting some of the bars. Yeah, this was almost a total failure. But you know what? We're still going to get granola bars out of it. And there's no such thing as failure if you've learned something, right? And I've learned that I should bake this stuff more. And I honestly think it's because the peanut butter was no sugar that we had a problem with it holding together more. I'm going to store these in the fridge. Okay, kiddies, learn from my mistakes. First, I'm going to put all these granola bars, 1, 2, 3, 20, and 21. Now, that's 3 weeks worth of granola bars for Howie's lunches. And I'm going to put these in the fridge. What, however, am I going to do with this? Well, I could do 2 things. I could remelt this with some more chocolate chips, which I might, or I could put it in a tub and just put a handful in my porridge 3 times a week. When I eat my oatmeal, when I'm cooking it, I'll just add some of this multigrain sweet goodness right in my oatmeal. But you know what? I could probably, this will probably do me about 8 bowls of porridge because I'll probably just add like a handful in each one. It was a little bit of a freak show trying to get this done, but I still ended up with 3 weeks worth of granola bars and some healthy yumminess for my oatmeal this winter to come. This is the Miss Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, I'm going to sort this all out and I'm going to give you the proper recipe at the end of the video. All right? Take care. God bless. All right, I made you some granola bars.
Cool.
Anyway, I want your opinion on these compared to all the different ones I've been giving you from Costco. Stop that, Gracie. You prefer this over store-bought? Let me get a zoom in on that.
Absolutely.
All right.
Gracie approves too.
You're not supposed to give her anything with chocolate
I
in it.
just give her some seeds.
Okay. All right, so what do you think of your homemade granola bars?
Awesome.
Should I do them over store-bought?
Yes.
There you go. Thank you, dear.
They're probably quite filling too because they're very dense.
They're very dense. And no high fructose corn syrup.